You might have heard this story about a week ago. It was a mother that had a daughter. I believe she was in the fourth grade, and she was being bullied in class, and the teacher was not doing a thing to stop it. This mother had made multiple phone calls to the school, and do you know they had the audacity to ignore her phone calls? She never got one single returned phone call from the school. She tried to contact the teacher, she tried to contact the principal, everybody that she could. Not one of them responded to her. So what she decided to do was put, a recorder in her child's backpack, and she wanted her to record the bullying so that she would have the evidence that it was going on. Well, all of a sudden, that's when the school reacted. That's when the teacher reacted. And they tried to throw felony charges on this mom. So keep in mind, they have done nothing to help her child. Okay, but they are going after her for doing what she felt was right. At least she didn't ignore it. She tried to do something to help her child. Her daughter is 9 years old. And apparently, quite a few kids in the class have been bullying her, and this has been an ongoing problem. So she was charged, they were trying to charge her with felonies, and the charges were dropped. Okay. They were dropped. And they should have been dropped. And I sure hope she sues the school and go after the teacher of her daughter and all of those students in the class that have made this girl's life miserable. I sure hope she doesn't let it go because the charges are dropped. She needs to sue the school and go after that teacher's job. I'm going to go ahead and play this video. And this is a story that came out November 29th, 2017 in USA Today. And I will leave the link to this article in the description box.
Sarah Sims' daughter complained she was being bullied in her elementary school. The Virginia mother was concerned and reached out to administrators multiple times through emails and phone calls, but said she got no response. The mother then decided to investigate on her own. She sent her daughter to school with a digital audio recorder in her backpack. The audio device was meant to be a tool to see if the classroom was a safe space for her daughter. Norfolk police have charged Sims with a felony of intercepting wire, electronic, or oral communications and a misdemeanor of contributing to the delinquency of a minor. The school did not call Sims after the incident happened. She found out a month later from police about the charges.
Yeah, it's pretty messed up.
To save wounded soldiers.
This is unbelievable. I wish our people would get these Black children out of these schools. They just don't have the best interests of your child at heart. For them to not care that this girl was being bullied and then ignore her mom's attempts to try to get their attention, and then to add insult to injury, this mother gets arrested. But mind you, they've done nothing to the children and that teacher in the classroom for bullying her and the teacher ignoring it, which is very common. You can't send your child to a school system and they have a teacher that generally historically don't like you or your kids. They're not going to do everything they can on your child's behalf because they don't even care about them in the first place. All right, a Virginia mother is no longer facing a felony charge after trying to help her 9-year-old daughter who complained of being bullied in school. Sarah Sims, 47, of Norfolk, Virginia, had placed a digital audio recorder in her daughter's backpack in September in hopes of capturing audio from the fourth grader's classroom. Ocean View Elementary School officials confiscated the device after finding it. The next thing I know, I'm a felon, felony charges, and a misdemeanor when I'm trying to look out for my kid, Sims told the reporter from Wave 10, Portsmouth, Virginia. She said she had resorted to using the electronic device after calls and emails to officials at her daughter's school went unanswered. And why did they go unanswered? That's what I want to know. Later this month, Norfolk police charged Sims with intercepting wire, electronic, or oral communication, a felony, in addition to a misdemeanor charge of contributing to the delinquency of a minor based on the September confiscation of the device, according to CNN. However, after reviewing the case on Wednesday, the Norfolk Commonwealth Attorney's Office decided not to prosecute. Wave TV reported. It asked a judge to dismiss all charges. I can breathe, Sim told the station after a hearing Wednesday. The boulder I've had on my chest for weeks was just alleviated. I slept pretty good for a solid 3 hours. Amanda Howie, spokeswoman for the attorney's office, told CNN that the office decided against prosecuting the case despite having evidence to support the charges. Well, you know what? Instead of going after her, what about the kids that were bullying her and the teacher that sat right there and blatantly ignored it? Virginia is a one-party consent state according to the digital media law. That means you may record a conversation or phone call if you are a party to the conversation or you get permission from one party to the conversation in advance. But Sims wasn't present during the recording. So what's not immediately clear is whether Sims' 9-year-old daughter could legally have been the one party who gives consent because she is a minor. Other states, such as neighboring Maryland, requires all parties to a conversation to consent to be recorded. Almost 6,000 people signed a change.org petition calling for charges against Sims to be dropped. Similarly, the Virginia branch of the American Civil Liberty Union and other social media users jumped to Sims' defense. Norfolk public school officials said they take any accusation of bullying, whether by a student or staffer, seriously and conduct a thorough investigation, according to a statement that school district officials released Wednesday. This is a bullshit statement because they had plenty of time to try to rectify this whole situation and they ignored it. And I'm especially mad at the teacher. You can't tell me that teacher did not see all this shit going on. I don't believe that for one moment. All the money and effort. This is a tweet from Hamlet Garcia. All the money and effort that was used to incriminate this mother should have been used to stop the bullying of her child. And I agree with that. You know, the school is definitely negligent. I hope the mother pursues this and perhaps take legal action for everything that has happened, because the students and the teacher and the school are all at fault for this whole thing. Please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad the charges were dropped against her. I really am. Please leave your comment and subscribe, and don't forget to hit on that notification bell. Peace, family.